Good afternoon or evening, everybody. Let me get myself together. Welcome to Monday. We were off for a couple weeks, but we're back now. So, welcome. And let a couple people get on. All right, eating but healthy, that's right. So everybody, we are going to get started in a minute. We did chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we completed phase 1 of No Guesswork. And so now we're going to delve into a couple of topics that people like. So I want to make sure I get everybody a chance to get on, and I'm going to give it another like 60 seconds. And we'll get going. Let me just do one thing. Okay, good. All right. So today, we're gonna do chapter 6, the keto question. So so for all of you guys who got the book, that's what we're gonna talk about, No Guesswork Diet. We're gonna go to chapter 6. And so let us begin. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Ramik Hunt. I'm an obesity medicine specialist, and I run an obesity, comprehensive obesity clinic in Princeton, New Jersey. And for the last several weeks, we've been doing a book club, a deep dive for the No Guesswork Diet. And so right now we are about to get to chapter 6, and that's the keto question. And the reason I put this chapter in the book is because people always have a lot of questions about keto. And keto means a ketogenic diet, diets that are low in carbohydrates. And so I want to go through the chapter. So this will be something that I think a lot of people want to know about, and I kind of tried to be as honest as I could in this chapter. So let's begin. So first, how is NGW, No Guesswork, different from keto? Well, to be honest, keto is a part of No Guesswork. See, No Guesswork is a low carbohydrate diet. It's a low carb diet. So NGW is a low carb diet. And what that means is it's a lifestyle that you have to get your carbohydrates down below 100 grams a day, and that is considered a low carb. By definition, technically 150 grams, less than 150 grams is considered a low carb diet. And so there's a low carb diet, less than 150 grams. And then when you get to less than 50 grams, that's considered a ketogenic diet. And it's because it's a more aggressive form, if you will, of a low carb diet. And you produce more ketones when you get that low. And we'll talk about what ketones are in a minute. So the No Guesswork Diet is the diet that you guys who've been following me know that you don't necessarily have to go all the way to ketosis or to go keto in order to do my plan. Because this plan, the NGW plan, is individualized. So some people, their number, because we got to find your carb number, right? Your number will be maybe 80 or 90, not 50 like a ketogenic diet. And so, for instance, my number is 70. So if I get my carbs less than 70, I will predictably lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. Your number might be 90. Your number might be 100. But then your number might be 50, which would be keto. And so keto does fall under my plan, but everybody, and most people actually, in fact, don't have to be keto in order to get to a healthier weight with my plan. And that is what separates this from other low carb diets, because this is what we are trying to do to get you to where you need to be. And so what I want to go through during this live is is keto good? Is keto bad? Is so let's talk about it. And so a ketogenic diet, first of all, it's less than 50, like I said. And the question is, people want to know, is it safe? And the short answer is yes. And why do people think a ketogenic diet is not safe? Well, people think that because they feel like you need carbohydrates to survive. And the IOM, or the Institute of Medicine, laid it out very, very clearly, and I talk about it in the book, that carbohydrates are not an essential nutrient. You do not need carbohydrates to survive. And the reason you don't need them as far as eating them to survive is because you make glucose in your body. So your liver has the glycogen stores, and they run out after a while, but that is a storage of sugar. And then your muscles, actually, people don't realize that your muscle also has glycogen stores so that you can access glucose or sugar immediately. But even when those stores run out, your body can make glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. So the protein that you have in your body, or the protein that you eat, you can use that to actually make any glucose that you need. In addition, your body uses the fat cells to produce energy. And the energy that the fat cells produce are called ketones, which is why it's called a ketogenic diet. And so your body can function, and in fact, it functions very, very well off of ketones. And so having ketones in your body, or using a ketogenic diet, is safe. And I think people also misinterpret the fact that, like, if you had diabetes, and if you know anything about medicine, you can go into something called, you can go into ketosis. Like, you can have too many ketones as a result of uncontrolled diabetes. But this is not the same thing as having uncontrolled diabetes. And so, and because those levels are 10 to 50 times higher than what you would produce if you did a healthy ketogenic diet. So one, a ketogenic diet is safe because it doesn't produce high levels of ketones that cause any problems at all. And then two, a ketogenic diet is good because what you're doing is you're burning fat and you're getting to a healthier weight. Now, some of the things that people say about a ketogenic diet is, well, it got a bad rap because, it was associated with earlier diets like the Atkins diet, which is a good diet, but the way it was branded, it was like, oh, you eat burgers, you eat bacon, you eat, all this stuff that seemed not to be healthy for you. And so, yeah, that could be a ketogenic diet for sure. Bacon and burgers and steak, but that is not what a ketogenic diet is. So when people look at it like that, they go, oh, that must be bad for you. And that's actually not true. Any diet that you pick, you can do it wrong. You can do it bad. Like, so even a vegetarian diet, you can eat poorly on a vegetarian diet. You can eat, like, French fries is a part of a vegetarian diet. If you ate French fries all day, that would not be healthy. You can eat poorly on a ketogenic diet as well. Any diet, you can, a vegan diet, like any diet you can eat poorly on. But most of these diets, like a vegetarian diet, has a well-formulated way to eat a good diet. A vegan diet has a well-formulated way to eat a good vegan diet. And a keto diet has a well-formulated way to eat a healthy keto diet. And in fact, a keto diet is actually a colorful diet. It's full of colors. It's avocado colors. It's nuts. It's so many different things. It's berries. It's so many different things. It's not what people think in their mind when they think of a ketogenic diet. And in the NGW book, the No Guesswork Diet, our low carb diet, which doesn't, again, necessarily have to be ketogenic, but it could be, is a low carb Mediterranean diet. And as we know, a Mediterranean diet is a heart healthy diet. It's the best diet that we've known based off the studies that is good for your heart. And so the diet that I choose in the No Guesswork Diet is exactly that. A diet that is best for your heart, but also low carb. And it is a colorful diet. I have pictures in the book in this chapter to give you an example of how colorful a ketogenic diet can be. And because we, again, have this image of it being all this, these other things that it can be if you chose to do it that way, but that's not the way we choose to do it. And so that's on page 98 when you see the pictures in the book. And we also know that a ketogenic diet is a good diet in general because it, has been shown to be very therapeutic for people with seizures. And so for children who have seizures, we actually, that have intractable seizures, we actually give them a ketogenic diet to help stabilize their brain so that it'll stabilize them from having additional seizures. And we also still do that, it translates to adults as well. And we've been doing that for a long time because a ketogenic diet is a good diet. And we've been doing it with children. So for the last 20, 30 years, when children have intractable seizures, they're prescribed a ketogenic diet and stay on a ketogenic diet all their life. And so when people say, well, there are not a lot of good studies on ketogenic diets, well, there are. There are 30-year plus studies of people who have been on ketogenic diets, particularly those who started it when they were doing it because they had intractable seizures. So, there's so many examples I can give to let you know that a ketogenic diet is a safe and effective diet, and we prescribe it to help treat seizures and for so many other things. And so that, it got a bad rap, and so I wanted to talk about it in the book so that people could understand that it's not a bad diet. It is. I mean, you can make any diet a bad diet, but it's not a bad diet. It's actually a very, very good diet. And in fact, a ketogenic diet, that is the diet we use, by the way, before we had medications to treat diabetes, because diabetes was a disease where your sugar was out of control. And so the best way to do it before we had medications was to not ingest sugar so that you can control it in your body. And so there's so many, like I said, so many examples I can give to show you why a ketogenic diet is not dangerous. A ketogenic diet is very effective for weight loss. A ketogenic diet is actually very sustainable. You know, my 6 S's. People don't think that it is because they don't open up like this recipes. Like there's so many things that you can do with a ketogenic diet. And I'm not here to say that this is what everybody should be doing, because my diet includes a ketogenic diet, but it also includes just in general being low carb. And like I said, a lot of people don't have to go all the way down to a ketogenic diet in order to achieve their weight loss. But if you do, it's okay. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to write this in the book and dedicate a chapter to it, because even if it turns out that you need to go that low in order to get to a healthier weight, that's okay. Because it's, like I said, a very safe and effective diet. And, you know, much more safe and effective than having a high carb diet. A high carb diet is a very toxic diet. And so we want to make sure that you understand that even though a ketogenic diet is not the NGW diet per se, it happens to be a part of the NGW diet, because some people's carb number, because really the NGW diet is really talking about finding your carb number. And so you need to find your carb number. And like I said, my carb number is 70. Some others might be 100, but some others might be 40 or 50, which then puts them in the keto range. And that's okay. And that's really all I wanted to say about, you know, this chapter, just to really let you know that it is a safe and effective diet. And then I still need you guys to go out there and make sure you finding your carb number. Make sure you are supporting one another on your weight loss journey, making sure that everybody is helping one another. Hashtag what's your carb number? Help people find their carb numbers. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know. You know, send me something in the chat, and I'll help you. And the book explains pretty step by step how to find your carb number. And again, like I said, your carb number may be in the keto range, but it's okay, because keto is okay. And I just want to put that to bed once and for all, so that people are not scared, or because all of the misinformation out there about getting to a healthier weight by reducing toxic carbohydrates. And when I say that, I'm particularly talking about sugars and refined carbohydrates. So all the white stuff, so the bread, the rice, the pasta, the potatoes. And so that is what we're mostly talking about. And so again, we're back. If you didn't get the book, pick up the book. Tell your friends about the book. Tell your friends about our episodes. Have them join our YouTube channel, and share this and share all of our episodes with your friends and family, and let's have them live this NGW lifestyle. All right, you guys have a great Monday and a great rest of your week. Take care. Bye-bye.